Hi everyone, it is Kendéll Lenice. I am also known as the Lady Motivator. I'm a transformational life coach. I am a professional speaker and trainer, and I'm also an author. I do several workshops to help educate, inspire, uplift, and motivate people to live their best lives. So I do a credit and financial literacy workshop, and everyone always asks about it. For some reason, credit really intrigues people, and I know the reason. It's because credit affects everything you do, whether it's getting a cell phone, whether it's getting a job, whether it's getting new credit, trying to buy a house or a car. I totally get it. And a lot of people allow credit to work them instead of working credit. And you can make credit work for you. It's not a bad thing to have credit. I know some old school people think, oh, I'm just going to use cash, but that does affect you. That affects your credit score. That affects your whole credit portfolio and your whole credit view when they're looking at you. So today I just wanted to give you 3 quick ways to improve your credit. And if you're interested in the credit and financial literacy workshops that I do, or if you would like to host one for your community, your group, your fraternity, sorority, whatever it is, or just your friends, you can hit me up at ladymotivator.com. But I want to give you 3 quick ways. The first way is very, very, very simple. Pay your bills on time. That's step number 1. Pay your bills on time. As a matter of fact, pay them 5 days early if you can. If we're talking about credit cards, major credit cards or charge cards, let me just break that down for a moment. I'm going to try not to give you my entire workshop here, but I really want to help you. So a charge card is to a store, maybe like Victoria's Secret, Macy's, something like that. A credit card is a major credit card that's attached to a bank typically. So Bank of America, Chase, TD Bank, that's a credit card. Capital One, those type of things. So that is a credit card. So back to the way. Pay it on time. If not, pay it 5 days early. You have to know when your due date is and pay it before that. And also, a bonus to that particular way. Pay your bills on time, 1, and also pay more than a minimum balance, the minimum ask, I should say. Because if you have a $25 minimum payment, don't pay $25. Even if you pay $5 more, that will help you. That will help your score, and that will help your profile when they look at your credit history. Because credit history is 35% of your credit score. I'll talk about that maybe in another video. So that's way number 1. Pay your bills on time. Pay more than the minimum payment. Number 2, if you have credit cards, if you have any credit lines, you need to pay them down. If they are maxed out, that is jeopardizing your score. So if you have a $5 credit limit and you're maxed out to $499, that is definitely affecting your credit score. So I would need you to pay that down, at least 30 to 50% of the credit limit. So if you have a $500 credit limit, let's just say, pay it down to $250. So you want to use your credit card as if you have a $250 limit and not a $500 limit. 50% is an easy way to cut it in half, so you know. Again, you can do 30 to 50%, but simple math, you can do 50% a lot easier and a lot faster. Also, use your credit cards responsibly. And the thing is, people think that once I get a credit card, I'm going to cut them up, I'm going to put them in my drawer, and I'm not going to use them. Wrong. That will hurt your credit score significantly. Do not do that. Don't get a credit card just to get 5% off at Target. No, because 9 times out of 10, you're not asking about the rate. You're not asking about the terms of that credit card. You're just getting it, and then you're putting it in your drawer, or you're cutting it up and you're saying, hey, I got my 5%. I'm not going to use that credit card. But it will affect you drastically when you're talking about your credit score. Why? Because it lays dormant. There's no history, there's no movement, and the credit card companies, which are Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion, they have nothing to gauge it on. There's nothing to base your credit score on. So if it's dormant, 2 things can happen. You can close the account, which will damage your score tremendously if you close any of your accounts. And then or number two, I should say, if the creditor closes your account. So if the creditor closes your account, if your creditor closes your account, then that will tank your score a lot. So do not allow a creditor to close it and you don't close it on your own, because both ways will not be beneficial to your credit score. So it's very important to use your credit cards, but you gotta work the credit cards. Don't let them work you. You have to know how to use credit. And that's what scares a lot of people, because a lot of people get caught up and say, I'm not gonna use it. They're the devil. No, it's the user. And it's you. You don't know how to use your credit. And that's what the problem is. So if you are afraid to use them and you really just want to use cash, just use your major credit cards to get gas or to pay your cell phone bill. And then once you get gas or pay your cell phone bill, then you're going to send that full amount to the credit card company, whether you're paying it online, whether you're going into the bank, or whether you're still putting it in the mail. You want to pay that off. So if your cell phone bill is $150, you were going to pay it anyway with your Visa debit card or cash. Instead of doing that, use your credit card to pay your cell phone bill and then send the money that you would have used on your debit card, which is that same exact $150. Use that and pay that off. That way they see a payment. And then also, I'm going to give you a bonus step. Pay multiple times. And I mentioned this a little earlier. Pay multiple times. So if you have a car payment and you pay $350 a month, let's just say, pay the $350 a month, pay it early. Remember, pay it about 5 days early if possible. I know times are hard, people are struggling, but you got to get your credit right. Okay, I will say that. So if you pay $350 for your car payment on the 15th, but you know you have an extra $50 or an extra $100, pay that again on the 30th. And same with your credit cards. If you only can afford your minimum payment on your due date, which is the 2nd, after you pay everything else, then go ahead and put another $5, $10, $20 on that credit card, because when they see multiple payments, they're like, okay, this person is not playing. They know how to use their credit and they're responsible. Because if you're maxed out every single month and your credit is to the limit, they think that you need your credit to live on. And they think that you don't know how to use your credit and you're not responsible. But when you show the creditors you're responsible, trust me when I tell you, they'll be raising your limit, which will help your debt to income ratio, which I'll talk about maybe in another video. But use your credit responsibly. Don't allow your credit to work you. You have to work it. And that's the key. Okay? So you have to you want good credit, and don't focus on the score so much, because the score is really not what it is. I know everyone makes a big deal about the score, but this is the thing. If you are credit smart and you know how to work your credit, the score will come. Just like me, if I'm living out my dreams and I'm doing the things that I want to do, money will come later. That's the same with your score. The score will come. If you're doing everything, if you're cleaning up everything, the score will come. So just focus on cleaning up your credit and using credit responsibly. Again, this is Kendéll Lenice, Lady Motivator here. For more information on my workshops and for more information about credit, please visit ladymotivator.com. God bless.